Welcome back, everyone, to Gold Rush Hard Mode. So, in between episodes, I just did a little bit here. I moved the big water pump out and put a line down in the creek. I took our magnetite trailer back over to the factory. I moved our little excavator out here to start moving stuff, and I grabbed some of these cables. I did realize, though, that I forgot we need another one of those water trailers to make this system work the way I want it to work. So, that's something I'm going to have to pick up at some point. But for now, let's just start putting a plant in place. Cable's too short. Figures. Let's see if we can do it this way. I've never done this with a little excavator, so maybe that'll work. We'll find out. There we go. Really can't remember what order we want to put this in. I just remember the trauma was like a nightmare, so putting that in now. Get it out of the way. Oh, come on. Cables are just barely long enough, aren't they? Or is it hooked? Almost looks like it might be hooked on that. Interesting. Oh, honestly, I could probably not just not put the other cables in and see if I can get it to go in this way. But I'd really like to get that unhooked if I can. I didn't know the excavator could get stuck in the trommel. This is something new for me. I guess we're going to try to put it in like this. Why not? That's the only way I know that we can get the excavator, well, only way I know of anyway, where we can get the excavator unstuck, if we can get the excavator unstuck. This might be interesting. Better. Oh, cable broke. Be fine with that. I think I told you in the last episode the cables love to break. There, it's finally unstuck. Okay. I don't want it to get stuck again, though. See if we can make this work. Cable didn't fly all over the map, thankfully. Okay. See, this is what I'm worried about. So we have to put it down to get the cables on, but I don't want it to get stuck again either. Still too short? Please don't get stuck. Okay, let's see if we can get it in there then. All right, little excavators. So, well, all the excavators are slow, but the little excavator is just so slow. You know what? I think I hooked it up backwards. I'm like 90% sure I did actually. Oh, yes, I did. So we got to go in from the front, which I've never done before. Let's see if we can even do that. The engine has to be facing the top of the hill. You know, we haven't bought any repair parts. I hadn't thought about that either. These things break so often. I'm hoping I can get a couple clean outs in before they break so I can afford repair parts. And I'm betting with the little excavator we can't reach the top of that. Put it in. Maybe. Oh, okay. Good deal. We'll take it. And we'll go grab some sluices. And I should pay attention to how I actually hook up to them now. Well, let's see. The trommel takes, I think, 6 wheels that break all the time, plus a chain that breaks fairly often. So there's 7 repair parts, and they're not cheap. I think they're a couple thousand a piece. And then the shaker has a couple springs and a motor, I think, that can break fairly often. So we'll need parts for that. Oh, and the duplex jigs each have 2 jag pumps and a motor on them. All of them are not cheap, and they break all the time. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. So we have to come in from this direction. Okay, so let's see here. We're going in from the top of the hill. We'll be coming in this way, and we want this side to the right. Yes. So in order to do that, this cable we want here, I think. And it's too short, of course it is. Oh, that's not right. That one there. Yes. I think. Yes, and this one here, if it'll reach, which it won't. Put it there for now. This one goes here. I believe so. Okay, so we got to move the thing here. Okay, so that one went to there. So this one needs to go to here. So this one be there. We'll see if I actually did that right. I probably did. Probably backwards. Spin around. Looks like I screwed it up, didn't I? That'll make it a lot easier to figure out. Yeah, I completely messed that up. This one needs to go on here. This one go on here. Yeah. This one here. Find it. I can't. Go on here. And this one on that one. Now it should lift up and go the right direction. Yes. And this little excavator. There we go. All right. Turn the excavator around backwards. Oh no, I hooked it up backwards. Oh, I can't believe that. All right. This one I'm going to have to change around, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I am rusty. Been about 5 years since I set up a wash plant. Let's turn this around so you can actually go the right direction. Okay, now this should be easy now, right? Easy for anybody but me, because, I'm a moron. But, okay. There we go. Well, at least we finally got it hooked up right now. We just got to get it to go in place. I'm debating on whether or not you guys are going to want to see every minute of me putting the wash plant together, or if you're going to want to just have me skip to the end. I don't know which you guys are going to want. I'm going to err on the side of caution and put it all in here. If you guys would have rather skipped it, just let me know. But this whole episode is probably going to be about putting a tier 3 plant together. I've been. Go find those. Wait, is it backwards? It is backwards. Oh, I had it right the first time I hooked it up. Be a lot easier with two other things hooked up, wouldn't it? All right, guys, I am going to pause it and just come back. This will take 2 hours, so I'm just going to pause it and come back when I get the whole thing done. All right, guys, welcome back. The plant is set up. I went back to town. I turned in, or didn't turn in, but transported the small X off the claim and got the front loader going. And I got everything in the plant. Got all the mats, grates, grills, all that stuff. I've got the water hooked up, and I do have our big diesel water pump pumping into our two water trailers. So I did, when I went to town, I did get another water trailer, and I had to get a couple big extension cords, I guess you call them, power cables, whatever you want to call them. And I'm not sure, but I'm not sure we're even going to be able to dig. I'm not sure that the dirt is actually thawed out, and it's not. It's frozen. So we might have to skip a couple days here. Yeah, the dirt is still frozen from winter. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to shut off the big water pump. I guess I'll give you the plant tour now. And then we'll skip a day or two and see if we can dig tomorrow, and if not, the day after. And then we'll get at least one cleanup in today. That's the plan. Shut this off. Make sure it's off. And I'm going to shut off this big water pump too. But the idea is, so the hose goes down to the stream, comes up here, comes out of here, goes over here to this splitter and feeds into both of these different mobile water tanks. So that when the stream's frozen, we can keep running. This one mobile water tank here outfeeds over to the shaker. So it feeds only the shaker. This one outfeeds down to both of the hog pans and our cleanup, right? Now we got 3 generators up here. One just runs a shaker, one runs a trommel, and one also runs our duplex jigs and our clean out. So we are good there. I mean, I don't think we can run the jigs and the clean out at the same time. We'll probably have to unplug stuff to do that, but it should work. And I have a bunch of buckets up here too, so I did break a lot of cables putting all this stuff in. It did take quite a while, but it all went in. I do have mats, grates, grills in, mats in. I got buckets under the jigs. And I filled up a bunch of buckets with water too. So we are good to go. We just need to get the ground unfrozen. So we're going to skip to day 2 and see if the ground unfreezes. Okay, the snow's gone. Yes, the ground is unfrozen. Good deal. So we can start digging. Now, there was one worker that showed up. We're so low on money, I kind of don't want to hire. I mean, I want to hire the workers right now, but I don't want to hire the workers right now. I do want to see what worker we got to. Duplex jigging in. Okay. Now, during winter, we did not get there. During the off season, we did not get that one sluice one that we wanted. So we do need that one. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that one. Oh, you know what? I should turn that pump back on so it can fill up some water while we're waiting. While we're digging. Not really sure how much water we're going to go through. I know one tier 3 will supply the whole plant, so one tier 3 really ought to. Why can I not just climb up there? Okay, whatever. But one tier 3 will supply the whole plant, or one diesel pump will supply the whole tier 3 plant. So it should work fine filling those two up as long as the stream's not frozen over too much. We shouldn't run out of water. All right, it's time to clean all this crap up off the bottom here. And I'm going to have to remember how to use this. I haven't used this in a long, long time. Oh, this thing has no power without a worker in it. Can't wait to get the rock truck. Some dirt. I don't remember how much of this we can dump before we have to turn the plant on. I don't even remember how to dump it, to be honest. Oh, where's the control? Show controls. Blade up, blade down. Oh, there's like 5 of these. We'll fill that up. And it's just all about digging now. Like I was saying earlier about the worker system. Like, I really do like the worker system. I just don't like the way you have to start out with the worker system. Oh, this thing climbs this hill so slow. Now, we have no repair parts for this plant. So a clean out is definitely going to be necessary. I'm going to have to go to town, get some money, and get some repair parts. It looks like if I keep the bucket full, it only takes 4 of these to clean or fill the plant up. That first bucket, we lost some dirt. Interesting. He's struggling. Come on, you can do it. You don't even have hydraulic hoses to fix this, and this breaks, which this thing loves to break hydraulic fluid or hydraulic hoses. It'd be nice if I could actually get a mechanic or a overseer. Those guys I would hire right away. I'm not sure what it takes to actually get a mechanic hired, or why we didn't get one over the off season. Oh, this poor little thing struggling. URRE. I don't know what that stands for. Okay. We do have about 50% left in our fuel tank even after I fill everything up, so we got a fair amount of fuel. All right, so water. Start this one. I guess it's water to the shaker. Start this one. That gives us water down below. Start this. This will get our duplex jigs working. Start this. This will get our trauma working. And start this, and this will get the shaker working. Everything running. Duplex jigs running. They are. Okay, everything's running. Everything's filling. Good deal. Pretty sad day when I actually make a plan and it works out, isn't it? So I have to say though, I do not like this front loader. Right? We didn't do this because we like it. I didn't do this because I wanted to use it. I did this because it was the most practical way for me to figure out how to do this right here from the beginning. But yeah, I do not like this thing. I much prefer to dig with the excavator, and I can dig way faster with the excavator. I know this is supposed to move more dirt than the excavator. I'm sure for some people it can. For me, it's never going to move the amount of dirt the excavator can. So this is not my machine of choice. This is my machine of necessity. I mean, you always need it around. You always got to clean bedrock with it. One more scoop, and then I think we're going to shut everything off. Takes a while to do it this way. But I don't want the machine, as long as the machines are running, it's using parts. Oh, come on. That arm moves so slow without a worker. So the worker for, I should probably explain that. If you don't know, I'm sure most of you know. But the workers for the duplex jigs, they switch the buckets for you. The workers for the sluices, they switch the mats or the grates for you. The worker for the shaker will get you more gold. The worker for the trauma will get you more gold. Also, they make them break down less often, which is also very nice. The workers for the machines, though, tends to increase the hydraulic speed, which makes the machines just operate faster. That bucket moves faster. They run faster. You get the idea. But we definitely want workers. But for now, we're broke, so we're just not going to run any workers. This is such a pain to turn these on and off constantly. But we cannot afford breakdowns, so we're just going to do it that way. Everything's at 14%. Everything's filling evenly, too. Good. So it is going to take us a little while to actually get one whole cleanup in. But I'm curious. I'm hoping we'll get at least 20 ounces in this cleanup. All right, I need these tier 3 cleanups to be about 20 ounces. What are you stuck on? Stop it. Come on, you can do it. Spin your tires. Luckily, the tires don't blow in this thing. Those would be insanely expensive. I believe there's a battery, a fuel filter, and hoses, hydraulic hoses, obviously. Hydraulic hoses love to blow. And this thing uses a lot of fuel. I mean, it's not terrible, but compared to the excavator, it uses a lot of fuel. Excuse me. A little front loader that could. It just barely, but it could. Get one more scoop, but we'll turn the plant back on. Won't dump it till we can. Come on. Get some dirt. In real life, you would not be able to dig this way, right? Front loader can pick up like already broken up dirt. So like if somebody digs it with the excavator first, puts it in a pile, the front loader can pick it up. Right? In this game, I really don't like that the front loader even can do this, to be honest with you. But it's about the most unrealistic thing about the game, but it works. I understand why they did it. It is a game. All right, let's turn everything back on. We need to start this in. That's right. It'll be really nice when we have the big gen, which we'll get eventually. One button to rule them all. Oops, wrong button. It's gonna take a little while to get to 100% on this. That's okay though. Honestly, I think we could probably push more yards with the tier 2 than we could with this, obviously. But we should get way more gold per yard out of this. That's the idea anyway. We'll go through way less dirt to get the same amount of gold. Come on. You can get there. Thing barely gets up the hill, but it goes down the hill so fast. Tempting it is just to leave this all running. I really can't afford it. Leaving the water on probably wouldn't be all that critical. Guess I don't really need to shut it off every time. Well, as long as the stream has water anyway. Come on. Forgot this thing gets stuck on these little mounds of dirt. You really got to clean everything up real well. You wouldn't need to go this high up either if you weren't backing, if I wasn't backing up this hill, so. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. Trying to make sure to get all these little bumps that I left here. See, like that little bump right there will hold this whole machine up. We'll get that out of there when we get those buckets out of there. It would help if I could drive, right? You know, I got to say, really, nothing has really changed in the 4 or 5 years it's been since I played this game. So they really haven't done much to it other than adding the ATV and this little bit of performance things they've done here. I really don't think they've been working on the game much. Although I guess there's a rumor that, at least on the forums, there's a rumor that they might be coming up with an expansion. An expansion would be nice. I mean, I don't know what they put in. Uh, they've already got Franks, which we haven't talked about Franks, but we're so far away from them that there's no reason to talk about them. I don't know what else they put in. Hopefully, they put in some alternative to the Tier 2 wash plant, right? Like, the Tier 2 wash plant's terrible. So, any alternative to that would be nice. But I really don't know what else they would do. They might be able to put in dredges, but if they put in dredges, they'd have to be able to flood claims. So, I'm not sure how we'd pull that off either. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do if they do an expansion or a DLC or something. Really have no idea what's coming, but that's kind of what makes it fun. Yeah. This thing really needs a worker. I know I say that a lot, but it needs a worker in a bad way. I'm not even sure I like that it needs a worker to get better hydraulic performance out of it. Like, I could see a worker making it break down less, but actually making the machine operate, have more power, it's almost the point where you have to have a worker just to make the machine run right. Like, a front loader moves fast in real life. I've ran these. Front loaders can move. They can run 35, 40 mile an hour, and they go up and down hills, no problem. So that's kind of unrealistic. A smart guy would have put all three of these generators right next to each other, and I will do that off camera. But all right, for the sake of the video, we're gonna leave this thing running the rest of the time. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Actually, we're coming up on an hour. This is a long video, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here, and then I'll come back and show you guys a clean out when we can. So I think that's the plan, guys. All right, guys, one or two more buckets should do the trick here. I intended to keep track of how long this was going to take me to actually fill this up to 100, but then I got a phone call and I forgot to pause the game, so I'm not actually sure how long this take. It took less than an hour though, even though it more than an hour at game time, but less than an hour to actually do it. But I'm thinking one more bucket after this one should get us to 100% mats, I think. Now, the farther we get from the plant, the longer it's going to take us because we have to make that trip. But when we get the rock truck, that's going to speed us up a great deal. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Try to straighten this wall out while we're here. Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's struggling. Get right to 100% with all mats if we can. All right. Let's shut her down, do a cleanup, see where we're at. This one needs to stay running. That one can be shut down. That one needs to stay running. That can shut down. All right, let's start right here. So let's see, how do we do this? We got to use a little shovel. So, yeah, there we go. Why? This is why we want those workers, so we don't have to do this. The workers will do this for us. I think we have to level them up before they'll do that. So I think we got to use them for a while before they'll actually switch things for us. I can't remember. We'll get it figured out, duh. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. We'll actually just toss that down there, why don't we? There we go. All right, that's the top one. I got some buckets down here. That worked. All right, these, just go straight in here. Duplex jigs don't give us much. They give us a little bit, but not much. I want to say like these are about the same as tier 2. So 4 buckets of tier 2 would have given us about 8 ounces. I kind of want to turn these off, so I'm just going to go ahead and unplug these. I don't want to. The jigs are expensive. These right here go bad. So do these motors. Those are expensive. So I want to keep that off. And we'll get this started. Oh, we need a couple buckets. Get that going. All right, and then these. They're going to make us turn. I guess we have to turn the water off. Huh. All right, we'll just do it this way. Yeah. These hog pans do not hold a lot, but it's hard mode, so any little bit that we can get is good. If we get 1 ounce out of the hog pans, I'm happy. That's $1,200 that we wouldn't have had without them. On leaderboards, you don't even run hog pans, but on hard mode, I do. That machine that washes the mats, I know I've used that before. It's been a long time ago, but I cannot wait to get that thing again. Alright, these are the hog pans. I didn't look and see how much magnetite was in that. I'm sure it wasn't much. $14 ounces of magnetite. Yeah, that's not much. Oh, well now, why don't you? I should really be switching to the mouse while I do my cleanouts. Controller's great while you're in the machine, but aw, got a worker. That's surprising. I thought we only got worker every few days. Not complaining, but we got one yesterday, and now we got another one today, so that's actually kind of awesome. When I was playing this game pretty heavy, we didn't have that mat washer. Like the mat washer, I only think I played this game for maybe a couple weeks after that mat washer came about. So I'm not used to using that, but I am looking forward to actually using that. That's how long it's been since I played this. Just to give you a reference if you guys are old school players. The thing is insanely expensive though. And I don't know what on it breaks, but I'm sure some stuff breaks. So as nice as it would be, it'll be like one of the last things we actually get. I'm guessing we won't even get it on this claim. It'll probably be on the next claim by the time we can afford that thing. Alright, these are mat buckets. I won't do this normally, but this first time I just kind of want to see what the differences are. These are the 4 duplex jig buckets. See how these go. Yeah, there's not much in these. 4 or 5 ounces total. It's like 4 ounces from the duplex jig. Water source froze over. Okay, these are our hog pans. Let's do those real quick. I'm sure there's not much at all in these. Zero ounces of magnetite, of course there are. I'm going to wait for these to get done, see how much is in the jigs. Four ounces in the jigs. Assuming 1 ounce or even less out of the hog pans. Zero ounce of magnetite again. Okay. Yeah, about a half ounce anyway out of the hog pans. Okay. Let's do our matte buckets. Now these are much better. We're at 4.5 ounces right now. That's just from the jigs and the hog pans. The mats. Magnetite numbers are much better. Much, much better. From those magnetite numbers, I'm thinking 10 ounces out of the mats. Maybe? At least 5, right? Like the mats should at least get what the jigs and the hog pan got. Okay. And this one is our top one from up there. This is always the best bucket. $56 ounces of magnetite out of that top one. That's only gave us 6.4. Okay. Still, it was more than the hog pans and the jigs combined. Then this one should give us as much or more than the mats, even. Ideally. Only 4 ounces, so not as much as the mats. So it looks like the mats are the best stuff now. Okay. So 15 ounces out of one cleanup. Yeah, that's 5 ounces less than I thought would be our minimum tier 3 cleanout. So I'm sure when we get into better gold, I mean, this was not good gold up here, right? This was all crap gold, if you remember right. That whole ridge and everything to the right of it was just horrible. This stuff was pretty okay up here at the front and got kind of good at the back. But everything over here was just junk. So there's a lot of junk pay right here that we're going to be running. So 15 ounces isn't bad for the worst gold or the worst squares on the claim anyway. But it's still pretty bad. All right, guys, but I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode will probably be, I will just run till the end of day 2. We'll come out and do a cleanup and see how it would look. And I might show some breakdowns and stuff. I'm thinking about like just anytime there's a breakdown, showing you guys what broke down and how to fix it. But up until this point, anyway. But this is going to be it for this episode. If you guys have watched all the way to this point in the series, it might be a good idea to subscribe by now. So give that a thought, and have a good one, and I will see you guys in the next episode.